QR codes are very helpful for getting your customers or prospects directly to a destination, whether it's you're in a restaurant and you're scanning for a menu, or you're trying to have signage with a CTA to leave a review for your business, or a business card and you're trying to just beam your contact information to another person's phone. Well, at Little Agents, we've just created a QR code generator that's no frills, straightforward, not trying to upsell you on anything. It just works. So here's an overview of the UI. Let's say you want to put your website's URL in here and go directly to do that with no UTM parameters or anything. You just click Generate QR Code, and there it is. Super simple. You can customize the foreground color if you so choose. So let's go with our red option. It'll turn red if you like, although I typically just keep it black. And you can change the margin, you can change the size or resolution, the format, whether it's PNG or SVG, and then simply clicking download here will get you that for use. But obviously you can also add UTM parameters. So if you want to track clicks, that is also available. And if you stick to the end of this video, I'll actually share with you my favorite way to track clicks with QR codes. But before we get to that, I want to kind of go through some of these other options. You can just do text as well. So if you do a text and you generate QR code, that's going to transfer just the text to another device. You can compose an email, have that pre-configured. You can call or dial a phone number. You can send an SMS message, connect to Wi-Fi, depending on the security you can select. The vCard option is particularly powerful. This is where you can input all your information, and when you generate this QR code and someone scans it, your contact information will be saved into their device. Very, very handy. vCard is somewhat similar. The location feature is pretty interesting as well. So if you type in any address and click Get Coordinates, it's going to pull in latitude and longitude coordinates, and then when you generate that QR code, that's going to give someone an exact address when they scan it. You can also do this with events, so things like a Google Calendar event or an Apple Calendar event. You can plug in an exact date and time, location, description, instant generation. This is particularly helpful for signage related to events. And then lastly, you can put in a Bitcoin address, an amount, label, and actually do transaction with Bitcoin with this generator. Now we have more plans for this particular one. We want to have a mobile application to supplement it. We have some pretty interesting ideas around that, but that's for another time. I'd like to end this video by showing you my favorite way to use QR codes in the wild. So you can see this example right here. Let's say the QR code that you're using goes to a location like yourwebsite.com/pamphlet September 2025. Now that's going to be a redirect that you control on your website. That redirect, as you can see on the next line, is actually going to go to yourwebsite.com/landing page with a bunch of UTM parameters attached to it. Now, why would you do it this way? Well, there's several advantages actually. You have complete control over the destination even after you send it out. So let's say you add a QR code to a bunch of postcards and you mail those postcards out. Well, you obviously want to track the clicks, not the clicks. You want to track the scans of those QR codes. But let's say your landing page changes or you actually want to direct them somewhere else. Well, if you hard-coded that landing page URL from before, like let's say you just hard-coded this part right here, right? So instead of doing this redirect, you hard-code it. If you ever wanted to change that destination, you couldn't, and you're stuck because those postcards are out in the wild and you can't change them. But because you have this redirect set up, you can actually change where pamphlet-September 2025 goes. You can append different parameters at the end. You can pick a completely different web page if you'd like. You have complete flexibility and control. The second one, of course, is just tracking, the tracking purposes. So you can figure out, of those postcards you sent out, how many people actually scanned it and landed on your website. It's going to come through in Google Analytics or another analytics platform that you might use. And then lastly, when you do simpler URLs, the QR code itself becomes simpler, which makes it easier to scan. So if you were to just, wholesale add these UTM parameters in, it would be far more complicated. I'll give you an example. So let's use yourcompany.com again as the website, and let's say the QR source is pamphlet, and the medium is QR, and the campaign is September 2025. So I'm going to click generate code on this, And you can see how complex this is comparatively. Whereas if I just killed this, I said QR code and hit generate, it's much simpler. So that's one of the advantages. Anyhow, I hope you make use out of this tool. I hope you enjoy this tool. Tag a friend if they could use an easy QR code generator. I've seen too many people pay for services like this when there is no need for that. You can easily direct your audience to whatever call to action you need. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.